Have you ever done something you didn't want to do just because your friends made it look cool? Maybe it was skipping classes, trying alcohol, or spending money you didn't have. If your answer is yes, then my dearly beloved friend, you are not alone. Across Nigeria, millions of youths are facing the silent force called peer pressure. It is changing everything from behaviors to mental health and even career choices. Peer pressure isn't just a teenage problem, it is actually a societal problem. According to recent research, Nigeria has over 70% of its population under 30, making it one of the youngest countries in the world. That automatically means that peer pressure is one of the strongest societal forces shaping the nation's future. Sadly, most Nigerian youths don't even realize when they are being controlled by it. Peer pressure can determine what you wear, what you post, what you believe, and sometimes what kind of future you end up with. Before we go further, let's clearly define peer pressure. Peer pressure is the influence that people of your age group have on your thoughts, your attitude, or your behaviors. It can be positive, like when your friends motivate you to study or join a tech class or even volunteer. But it can also be negative, like when your friends mock you for being serious in school or push you to try drugs or alcohol or even internet fraud. According to 2021 UNICEF and Gallup International Survey, Nigerian youth are ranked among the highest group in the world that are feeling pressured to succeed. Pressure that often starts from peers, families, and social expectations. One of the most visible effects of peer pressure amongst Nigerian youths today is drugs and substance abuse. Let's take a look at some real data. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency reported in 2023 that over 14 million Nigerians between the ages of 15 and 35 have used illicit drugs at least once. A study published in the Nigerian Journal of Medicine found out that peer pressure was the #1 factor leading to drug experimentation among students. In another survey across secondary schools in Lagos, about 29% of students admitted to using drugs, alcohol, and other substances, mostly because of their friends. Peer pressure creates a cycle such that when young people see others taking drugs or partying excessively, they fear rejection if they don't join. And rejection to a teenager or a young adult can actually feel like death. How about in today's digital age? Peer pressure isn't just in schools or neighborhoods, it is also online. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or Snapchat have created a new kind of competition. A 2023 study by the University of Lagos found out that over 65% of Nigerian undergraduates said they feel pressured to appear successful online even when they are struggling in real life. Think about it. Seeing everyone posting designer outfits, vacation photos, and fake luxury lifestyles online, then you start asking yourself, am I even doing enough? Well, this constant comparison leads to anxiety, low self-esteem, and sometimes lead to desperate attempts to fit in, like internet fraud, risky relationship, or showing off wealth you don't have. It is worthy to note that peer pressure doesn't just affect behavior, it also affects mental health. In fact, World Health Organization reports that half of all mental health conditions begin by age 14 and 3/4 by age 24. In Nigeria, a 2022 study from the Department of Psychology in the University of Ibadan found out that 1 in 3 student reports of depression or anxiety is being linked to peer-related stress. Pressure to belong, pressure to meet unrealistic standard, or to never be the odd one out has left many Nigerian youths emotionally drained. You will hear statements like, if I don't smoke, they will say I am boring. Or, if I don't flaunt my lifestyle online, no one will respect me. My dearly beloved friends, that is not freedom. That is quiet control. Recently, I read in the news about a lady called Amaka, a 21-year-old student from Enugu State. She started drinking during her first year in the university. Not because she liked alcohol, but because her roommate said she was too quiet. Within a year, she started skipping classes, and sadly, she eventually lost her scholarship. Another smart kid called Samuel, a tech enthusiast from Lagos, dropped out of a programming boot camp just because his friends were laughing at him, calling him a nerd. 2 years later, Samuel was caught robbing a bank with those friends. What a shattered dream. These stories may sound small, but they represent thousands of silent battles happening in Nigerian campuses and neighborhoods. But let's pause a bit. Why does peer pressure have more effects on our youth? Youth is a stage where the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which is the part responsible for decision making, is still developing. So, when friends offer approval or mockery, it feels amplified in their brains. In fact, psychologists call this social conformity, which is a human desire to blend in. And it is stronger in cultures like Nigeria, where community acceptance means everything. We grow up hearing phrases like, "What will people say?" or words like, "Don't be different," or "You'll be left behind." So, even when you know what is right, you sometimes do the wrong thing just to avoid rejection. Here are some realistic strategies to avoid negative peer pressure. 1. Know your value. If you don't define who you are, others will define it for you. 2. Choose your cycle wisely. The Bible says, bad company corrupt good character, and psychology also agrees to that quote. 3. Develop your confidence. Learn to say no, and I mean firm no. Confidence grows when you know your goals. 4. Surround yourself with positive peers. Join communities that share your values, like tech groups, youth fellowships, or career networks. 5. Seek mentorship. Sometimes an older friend or counselor can help you navigate pressure without judgment. In conclusion, peer pressure is real, but it doesn't have to ruin your story. Being different is not a weakness, it is your superpower. Nigeria's future depends on youth that can say, "I choose my path, not my peers." If you learned something from this video, hit the like button, share this video with a friend who needs encouragement, and also comment below that one time you faced peer pressure and how did you handle it. Together, let's raise a generation that follows purpose, not pressure. Thank you, and see you on our next episode. Bye.